That's good too.
Hi everyone! Hello and welcome to Lunch with Maria, dishing inspiration one episode at a time. Today we are doing an episode of She's in Biz TV, and I am live on location for this episode of Lunch with Maria with my guest Anna at AnaVBeauty. Beauty, of
Welcome
course,
to
AnaVBeauty. Here we are, AnaVBeauty Boutique. We are on the corner of, this is Howe and Helmeken in downtown Vancouver.
Next to the Wall Center.
Next to the Wall Center, we have a Starbucks right across the street, which is the
Been
first
in.
thing that my little eye caught. I'm like, oh, Starbucks, time for a coffee. Anna, come in closer so you can get in. Perfect. Yay! Thank you so much for allowing me to visit your studio and for hosting this live Lunch with Maria. I'm very excited to ask you questions about being an entrepreneur and what it's like to have your own business, and let's just dive in.
Yeah, I'm excited for you to be here, so thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, Anna, how long? First, tell the audience how long you've been in business and what it is that you do, obviously. But I think they can guess, right? Our little
A lot of makeup
back
behind
here.
us.
But yeah, I love your studio, by the way. It's so cute.
Thank you. So this studio has been around for about 5 years. We've been in business for 5 years. The studio actually 3 years, and we're at the other location before. So what we do here, we teach makeup classes for the everyday woman. So we show you your color, your skin tone. We're like your makeup oracle, if that makes sense.
I like it. I like it. Yes. So you're empowering women through teaching them how to, just show themselves in the best light, so to speak.
Exactly. What works for them. And I think makeup is so personalized to you. What works for you. We love color, so we get a
As
lot
you can
of,
see, we both love color. That's why we're attracted to each other. I have bright turquoise. She has bright yellow. So
I love it.
We're a
Always
vibrational
wonderful.
match. I love it. Anna, I want to ask you, being in business, let's start with one of the hardest things about being a female entrepreneur and launching your business, opening up your studio. What's the hardest part about that?
Well, the hardest part is being prepared for the unexpected, because you don't know what's coming. So, having a good
Backup plan.
right?
Emergency kit.
Emergency kit.
Yeah, you mentioned the emergency kit. So let's talk a little bit about that. I think as a business owner, we often run into a lot of challenges. One of my mentors says sometimes business is just an uphill battle. We don't want to look at it like that all the time, but as a business owner, we will be faced with challenges. I think the key is how we respond to those challenges, right?
Challenges that you don't even know they're possible, right?
Yeah.
So little things, and I think what motivates me to do my business is the results that I get and the impact I have with people. But there's the other stuff of the business, the back end of the business, which can be a lot of challenging for a lot of female entrepreneurs, first-time business owners.
Yeah, like accounting and keeping books and the finance part of it.
Absolutely.
You have to be everything when you're your own boss, right?
You have to be you wear so many hats, and so many unexpected things can happen. Pleasing everyone sometimes. You always want to make sure that
be prepared is the key. You said, right?
Yes.
Be prepared. Absolutely. Okay, so let's talk about the best thing about being an entrepreneur and running your own business.
Okay, that's easy for me because with my business, you get to see that instant gratification with your
that
clients.
woman. There was a woman that just walked out. She looked so beautiful.
Right?
Yeah,
and they kind of
I'm
like
sure
have
that's
this
very
kind
satisfying.
like this beauty walk. Once they walk out of here, they're feeling gorgeous and
more confident.
So it's definitely the reward that I get from owning the business and doing what I do. That keeps me going.
Keeps you motivated.
Yeah, keeps me motivated even through the hard times.
Yeah, absolutely. What would be the best piece of advice that you have ever received?
For me, this is kind of a controversial one because I was thinking about
Lunch with Maria TV is going to become controversial. Oh boy, we're live, by the way. None of this is edited. I don't edit any of my videos, so
this is great. For me, I think the best piece of advice, and I've got amazing advice before, but the most impactful for me was don't do it. Don't start your own business. It's too hard, and for me, that kind of fueled my fire to do this.
To actually do it.
Yeah.
Do what people say you can't. How about that?
That was my motivator for sure, and even people that maybe believed in
But why do you think people do that? As entrepreneurs, there are people in our lives that will try to caution us against running our own business or starting something. Why do you think they do that? There's a couple of reasons, but what do you
personally
think?
I think that they do care, and obviously there's a lot of risk.
Yes.
Right? But is your risk better than your reward? I think that's what you have to ask yourself. So I think a lot of people that care about this say, oh, this is a lot. You're taking a lot of risks, right? There's a lot of challenges, and they don't want you to.
They want you to just stay comfortable and do the safe thing, right? But
exactly,
I think as entrepreneurs, we can't do that.
No, we can't.
No, we can't.
The reward is just not enough.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, we want to mention that Anna is going live on her Instagram. Is that your Instagram?
Oh, yeah, that's my Instagram.
So we have a lot of love on Instagram. Hi, everyone watching. Thank you.
Thanks for watching.
I'm going to say, what has been your biggest failure, and what has that taught you?
I think my biggest failure in the beginning is thinking that I know everything, and thinking that it all. Yes, I thought, oh, I can do this, and all I need is my passion and my skills as a makeup artist doing this for 10 years. But yes, definitely thinking that I know everything in business side and finance side, and I overcome a lot of challenges with every month and through the years, right? So it's thinking that you're prepared. I think that was my biggest lesson, like saying, no, I'm not prepared, taking more classes, learning, joining networks, learning, having mentors. I never thought I needed that. Yes, and it's important. So
absolutely. So what would you tell women that think that they don't have what it takes to be their own boss or start their own business, so that they're lacking the self-confidence? What would you tell them if someone wanted to start a business? They're like, I don't know, I don't think I can do it. You're probably smarter than me. You've got more skills. You've got more resources. That's what I used to think, and I used to see other women in my field, and I used to think, there's no way I can do that. I don't have that team. I don't have the money. I don't have the skills. I don't have the resources. And at the end of the day, those are all excuses. So what would you tell the woman that wants to start her own business but is being held back by her limiting beliefs?
I see. First of all, don't compare yourself to anyone. Everybody's so unique, and that's what we teach in makeup. But I think personality-wise, everybody's so unique, and you have what's so unique about you, and put that forward. So keep your eyes on the prize. Don't doubt yourself because you might not be the same as the other person. So I think the biggest thing, don't compare yourself.
Don't compare yourself.
Keep
Absolutely.
your eye on the prize.
Come closer. Come into my frame. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We are live on location at AnaVBeauty Studios here in downtown Vancouver, and we are talking to the founder, Anna, and I'm Maria. For those of you that don't know me, I am the founder of the Ladies Who Lunch Network, a global community of women in business, fashion, and philanthropy, living their dream and helping others do the same. Today is our episode of She's in Biz TV. So, Anna, what would you tell a woman that is in business right now, but that feels like giving up because things are really hard and she's lost the motivation and she just says, I want to throw in the towel? What do you say?
Well, I would say, again, keep your eyes on the prize, and even though life is challenging, knowing that you can make a difference and keep at it.
Yes, keep at it. Absolutely. I asked my mentor, like, what should I do when I feel like giving up? He just said, don't. That's about it. Don't. Now that sounds very simplistic, obviously, but what he meant by that was you may have to alter your route a little bit. There'll be twists and turns, and you might have to shift a little bit or do something in a different way to get a different result.
And challenge yourself, right? Don't give up on yourself. Challenge yourself. And sometimes physical activity, I'm the biggest proponent of that.
Really? Yeah.
Because sometimes you're so much in your head.
Yes.
Do something challenging that will challenge your body to get out of your head.
Yes.
And then, or take a mental health day, right? Like take a day off.
Yes.
To really assess,
to recharge
your decision.
Yes, I like that. I was at a Tony Robbins conference here in Vancouver, and he talks a lot about how your physiology affects your mind, right? So every time you want to shift your energy, move, like go out for a walk,
absolutely,
go ride a bike, be in the park, just anything, take a bath, just move.
Yeah. I recently took a spin class, and no, seriously,
those are bored in spin classes.
Really? Well, it depends on your teacher. This teacher was so great, and she was so motivating. And sometimes you can take something that's just happening in your life and put it in your business.
Yeah.
Right. So
absolutely.
Sometimes hearing somebody motivate you in a physical activity, you can take that strength and put it back into your business.
That's a good point. I often get a lot of points from my book that I'm writing in my yoga class. It's something that the yoga instructor will say that'll resonate with me, and I think I need to put that in my book.
You just never know where it's coming from.
Absolutely. Right? But the problem is I'm not allowed to leave yoga class until the class is over. Anyways, all right.
So mental note. Bring a cheat sheet.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So I would say what is the key to success in a few words for you as an entrepreneur, or for life in general? What is the key to success?
Oh,
and success is different for everyone, but
success
passion
is so different. It's so hard because whatever drives you, some people it's money.
What has been the key to your success? Let's talk about
for
that.
Me, I think is the passion that motivates me and that makes me want to go further. It's showing up and it's that extra mile and
So
doing
your
action.
Passion drives you.
Action.
Yeah, taking action.
Action is the biggest thing for me. I'm not the person to just sit back and let things happen.
Yeah. You're very fast, and I always say successful people have an idea and then they implement that idea quickly. That for me is the key to success, because all of us talk about, oh, I wish I had that, and I wish I had this, and I wish I could, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But the difference between the successful people and the ones that are not is the speed of implementation.
Yeah. And how about manifesting? Sometimes when you manifest something too, I feel like you have to vision it, to dream it, and then take action. It's
absolutely.
a process, I think.
With the law of attraction, I talk a lot about it in my course, Idea to Reality, and in the network in general. And whatever we put our attention, energy, and focus to will eventually materialize, whether that's positive or negative, right? So make sure you're putting your attention on what you want to create rather than what you don't want to create. That's very, very important. But at the same time, like Jim Carrey says, you can't just visualize and then go make a sandwich and hope that everything happens. You have to take action.
Yes.
Right? So action is key. Yes. Absolutely.
Action.
Action, ladies. Action. Don't just think about it. Don't be in your head, right? And the reason that a lot of people are afraid to take action is because they feel that I'm going to make a mistake, or someone's going to laugh at me, or I'm going to do it wrong, but I always say done is better than perfect. And then as we take action, we're able to refine and learn and do better or different.
Right.
If we're not taking action, we'll never know, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree. And don't be afraid, I guess, to make that mistake.
Courage is a big one. I think that's my next question for you. But let's talk about that in a bit. I want to talk about books. For those of you that know me, I disconnected TV about 3 years ago or 4 years ago. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We did it as an experiment. When I say we, my son and I, who's going to be 12 in November, I said we're going to disconnect TV and see how that works. We're going to read more books. We're going to put more focus onto our goals. And he was not very happy with me. However, since then, I've made it my goal to read a book a week.
Wow.
People say to me, are you crazy? Like, how do you find time? You're a single mom. You run the network. You're a real estate agent. You're writing a book. You're doing your Shoes and Biz online course. Is there anything you don't do? And I realize that's a lot. But it's all about time management and how we manage ourselves during the time that we have. We all have the same amount of time. You and I both have 24 hours in a day, right?
Absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah. It's what we do differently, right? So how did we get onto this topic? What were we talking
Books.
Oh yeah, books. Thank you. All right, so
Ed loves to read books.
I do. Yes.
That's awesome.
And
I think that's great.
Thank you. And every week with the LWL network, we do LWL Book Club, and we share books that have impacted our lives either personally or professionally. So I'm going to ask Anna, what book has impacted you personally or professionally?
Wow, very cool. So I also love to read books, especially business books and motivational books. I believe you can never stop growing. But there's one book that actually helped me out a lot through my personal life and business life. And since I'm not
You're an immigrant
Canadian, I'm an immigrant.
So how long have you been here?
I've been here for about 17 years.
Okay.
Yes. But speaking a different language is having a totally different way to communicate to people. And I found that it was hard for me to communicate with a lot of people, and growing your business is all about communication, relationships. So I picked up this book that's called How to Talk to Anyone.
How to Talk to Anyone. Okay.
And
I love that
has been the biggest life changer for me, because it really, for me, it was just one of those books that just resonated.
Okay, what's the biggest takeaway of that book? And we'll put it in the notes after, How to Talk to Anyone. We'll get the author, but what was the biggest takeaway from that book?
Basically, how to have a good conversation, listen, because and not always give a response. You don't listen to give a response, you listen to listen. And different cultures for me, because my culture would have, my culture is all about responding or reacting.
Yes.
This book really helped me understand how we, how to talk to anybody in North America in a new culture, and how to listen.
Yes, that is very important, Anna. For me, being Greek, and your background is
Romanian.
Yes, we are very similar.
Yes, my grandma was Romanian, actually.
Yes,
Greek.
Yes,
sorry.
I know. When I first met you, I remember you saying my grandmother, Diamanti.
Yes.
Diamanti, yes,
Yeah.
which means diamond, by the way, ladies.
Yeah, she's my diamond.
I love it. My grandmother was my diamond too, hence our connection.
Yeah.
But what we are talking about, what were we just talking about?
So the culture, being different.
Yes.
And having that.
Greeks are very hot-headed and passionate, and
Right.
we're always interrupting, and so it is important to listen. So listening is the key, really, to effectively communicating, right?
Yeah.
Instead of jumping ahead and always thinking about what am I going to say next, what am I going to say next. So I'm committed to listening more.
Being
sure.
witty is good too, but also being a good listener, I think it's even better.
Very
right?
important. Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
In business, I think, especially with clients.
Well, my mentor, Peter Legg, who's the president of Canada Wide Media, I had lunch with him last week, and when I asked him what is the biggest secret to success, he said, every time I have a conversation with someone, I write the word L in front of me. And he's like, you probably think it stands for leg, Peter Legg, but no, it stands for listen, to remind himself to always listen, actively listen to the other person. So,
wow.
Yep.
So you need that constant reminder.
Yeah.
Right? That's so cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Listen.
So great.
Okay, so that book again is called
How to Talk to Anyone.
I'm going to finally get to my library this weekend. Yay, Stephanie!
That's
Stephanie's a member of
fantastic.
AnaVBeauty, and she's also a jewelry designer. So she's going to send me a jewelry for a piece that she's actually making for me. Thank you, Stephanie, and I can't wait to wear it. Now, Stephanie, if you go into the Ladies Who Lunch Facebook page under Files, you will see all of the books that we recommend. So if you're thinking about what book to read, go ahead and check that out. Hi, Zia, how are you? Another member of LWL. So, whoa, this is what I was going to ask you. What's the best thing about being a member of LWL? Now, women watching may not know what LWL stands for. It does stand for Ladies Who Lunch, which is kind of a cheeky term. It's not really about women that sit around and spend their husband's money and don't do anything. We're very active in our lives. We are actively authoring our own destinies. So we are independent, we are entrepreneurs, but it also stands for living a life without limits. So LWL is really what the network is about. So yeah, Anna, tell us, you helped us out in our last event. We're very appreciative. You and your whole team at AnaVBeauty, they were amazing. They did my hair, my makeup, all the girl. And my mom said to me, oh, your face looks so beautiful. I said, thank you, Mama. And thanks to Anna B, right? That was Mick. She was amazing, one of your team members. And my hair as well was really beautiful, except I had that big hat, so you couldn't see much of it. But anyways.
Thanks to Valine.
Yes, thank you, Valine. You are awesome. And I wanted to thank you again for helping us there. And now I forgot what I was going to say.
LW Network. I think, you know what, though? It's like what's happening here, too. It's that support and mentorship. It's so hard to find mentorship.
This is what I was going to ask you. What is your biggest benefit of being around the LWL network and a member of LWL?
Yeah, it's the support, and it's the mentorship that you get. And sometimes, when you feel like giving up, you have somebody you can talk to, and somebody that's been maybe through similar situations to what you're going through. The events are amazing people, and the connections you can build. Like from going to the events, I've met amazing people, and we build connections. We work together. We see each other in the industry, and you're part of this awesome group of women that have the same goal in mind, right? And they're taking the same risks as you are.
Yes, absolutely.
Something common.
Yeah, they're on the same path.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think it just comes down to the why. Many women say, Maria, why did you start the network? And really, my mission is to inspire women to be fearless and fabulous by helping them realize and live their dream, whatever that looks like for them, whether it's starting or not.
Fearless and fabulous.
Yeah.
We actually put new lipstick coming out with exactly that name. That might be your new color.
Yes, absolutely will be. So what does that mean? Fearless means, it doesn't mean
Love it.
not being afraid. We're all afraid.
Yeah.
But I think it's about acting in spite of the fear, right? And fabulous is just about being confident in who you are. Like I always say, you are whoever you believe yourself to be. You are whoever you believe yourself to be, Anna, and that's really, really important. So I want to talk about our next live event because we're talking about live events. It's Coffee with Maria on September the 12th. And this is where we have authentic connections, inspiring conversations. That's what Coffee with Maria is all about. If ladies you're interested in joining September the 12th, tickets at coffeewithmaria.com. We'll put the link. Do we have a question? Lori, yay! Can I bring a ladies who lunch to, I think it's New York. I think that's New York, right?
Yes, and why New York? Oh,
and why not?
Fantastic.
And why not? Yes.
Great idea.
Yes. Hopefully, I don't like that word. I trust in 2018 that we will be in a position to launch our LWL Ambassador Program. We do have a small group in Ontario, but my goal is to spread the Ladies Who Lunch Network globally. And even though we do have members from all over the world right now, we would like to take the events globally as well. So more about the LWL Ambassador Program soon. But back to AnaVBeauty. AnaVBeauty. Oh, this is the fun part. This is the rapid fire question. Okay.
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 I think I'm ready.
Here we go. 2 words of advice that you would give to your younger self.
Ooh, have more confidence. More confidence.
More confidence. Yes, more confidence. What is the secret to success in 1 word?
Courage.
Courage. See? Courage does not mean not being afraid. It means acting in spite of being afraid, right? So
Absolutely.
Be afraid and do it anyways. Like
Yes.
You know, when I first started the network, I was scared. I remember people saying, Maria, who's going to wear a hat to your lunch? Nobody wears hats in Vancouver, you know? And I was scared and I was nervous and I thought maybe they're right. Maybe people are going to laugh at me. Maybe this is silly. And I said, no, this is something that's coming from my heart. This is something that I want to do, and I'm just going to do it in spite of being scared.
Right.
So there you go.
Gotta be a little bit, courageous and fearless.
Yeah, fearless.
And fun.
Fearless.
Fun.
Fearless means still feeling the fear, but doing it anyways. The more time you do something, the less fearful you become, and the more courageous you become.
That's true.
Describe yourself in 1 word besides beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Creative.
Creative.
Definitely creative.
I like that. What is the advantage of being someone who is creative?
I think creative, you're not putting roadblocks, because when you're creative, it opens the land of opportunities.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I always say, when you come up against an obstacle, many people will say, I can't do this, I can't get around this. But I always ask how. How is the most important question. And creative people always ask, how can we make this work?
Right.
How can we make this work? How?
I'm not saying I can't, or I have to stop, I have to give up. Yeah, that's a nice way to say it, actually. We come up with the solution.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I'm learning
are you an early bird or a night owl?
Definitely night owl. Yeah, I love to stay up late, and that's where my creative juices flow. And
my brain shuts off after 8 p.m. Literally, it's off. Yes, I'm an early bird. So, Anna, we had a question from one of the members of the LWL network. Stephanie Sparkles, actually, she says, what motivated you to start your business?
For me, it was the passion that I had about teaching women how to apply makeup for themselves, and there wasn't anything like it where I could work. So I had to open my own shop.
She had to get creative.
Had to get creative, exactly. And I think the creativity of wanting to do things that I created and wanting to do it sort of my way, to speak, right? Yes. And that motivated me to start.
Yeah. Your studio is absolutely gorgeous. It's colorful. It's vibrant. It's full of energy. And tell us how women.
Love color.
I can see. Tell us how women can get a hold of you or come in for your services, your website. Please share with our audience.
Oh, fantastic. Yes, so we do makeup classes every day, twice a day, Tuesday through Saturday. Most of our classes are the most popular classes, and you can book online. It's super easy to register, just with your name and email address. And I personally recommend Makeup 101 for your first class, and that will teach you all about your skin type, colors, what color suits your skin type, and tones best, and how to apply it. So we call those the 4 T's to makeup: technique, texture, tone, and tools. So you learn your own 4 T's. I know it's a lot, right? But
no, it's good. I actually won a gift certificate, so I'm bringing a friend for makeup lessons, and that was at our last event where we gave back to Dress for Success. Big shout out to Dress for Success. I know they have an event coming up soon. I'm going to put the link.
One of my favorite charities to support.
Absolutely. So again, ladies, thank you for watching our episode of She's in Biz with me and Anna. And LWL Network is really a place, like Anna said, to gain exposure for your business, to build relationships with other like-minded women, and to collaborate. Oftentimes we find a lot of members collaborate with each other on different projects, and just to be inspired and held accountable and supported by an amazing group of women. So if you'd like to find out more about that, I'm offering an exclusive 30-day free trial, www.invitefrommaria.com, to see what LWL is all about. You have absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain. So with that being said, have an amazing day. Anna, is there anything else you'd like to say to finish off this episode of She's in Biz TV with Maria Kritikos?
I just want to say thanks for this opportunity, and it's amazing to have a mentor. I think that was my biggest lesson, is have somebody there, because it can be very lonely having your own business and doing everything yourself. So yeah, find that person or join a group that can help you, give you that support.
Don't do it on your own. There's no need to, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Bye for now, everyone. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.